Sadnam Namaste. This is a video about the energies of 2016. And yes, it's mid-January right now. And just because the consensus world says the new year is January 1st, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. Because the Aquarian Age is about energy. So the energy was not new January 1st, 2016. However, we've just gone through a new moon on January 10th. And then the neutrino stream mandala comes back to its original point on January 23rd. And the Chinese New Year is February 8th. So we're definitely in the energies of the new. And if you're sensitive, you can feel this. So this year is a very important year because it's a transition year. Okay, so we're completing a cycle. So this cycle began 2007, 2008. So reflect back then. And now it's coming to a close, 2016. And something new is coming. Okay, 2016, 2017. Something new that you haven't seen before in your own life. So it's a transitional year. And it's about getting your ducks in a row. Getting all your ducks in a row, which means getting prepared. So it's about doing the legwork to get you from point A, where you are now, to where you want to be in the future, what's required here on the earth plane. So the theme this year is healing, and more specifically self-improvement. So you should have already received lots of messages now about messages from your intuition, messages where you need to improve, where you need some self-improvement. And they're usually areas that do not go to the top of your priority list. They always get pushed down to the bottom of the priority list. And you know what these things are because they never get done. You never make steps towards achieving them. And maybe they don't even get on your priority list at all. Also about service. This year is about service, and it's about finding your place in the whole of humanity. So if you're somebody who's been too focused on service and serving humanity at the expense of yourself and your own needs, right? Your own needs come last on the priority list. Then you are going to manifest situations and experiences to show you that you matter. You matter in your dharma. You matter in your higher purpose. So you'll be forced to look at some areas that you need to address. And if you're somebody who doesn't think about service, doesn't really think about serving humanity, you're more focused on your own needs, your own survival needs, you too will manifest experiences and circumstances to show you that it's time to start thinking about serving humanity. Because you need to remember why we're here on this earth plane, right? Why are we 7 billion humans on this planet, and what are we doing? Well, we're here to serve each other. We're here to serve one another, and we're here to come in unity as one organism. Okay? So there's a purpose inside you that needs to be delivered. So you're really going to be feeling that this year. And also the universe will no longer support procrastination. So this is bad news for the procrastinators out there, and I raise my hand as one of them. Because procrastination is just another word for postponement. Postponing your next step forward in your spiritual journey, right? In your evolutionary process. So you can attract a crisis to you. And the crisis is just an alarm clock that's going off. So remember that if some crisis comes up in your life, oh, this is the alarm clock. Come on, giddy up. It's time to move forward to the next step. And we all know instinctively inside what our next step is. So this year is really about moving away from fantasy, escapism. It's about healing those old addictions finally. It's about no longer giving your power over to a perceived outside authority that you perceive as having more knowledge than you. It's about stopping giving your power over to a dogma, to an institution. It's really a time about a self-empowerment this year. And it's about letting go of doubt, all these mental programs that we have, doubt, doubting yourself, faith, not having faith in life, in the universe, letting go of worry, right? All these things are going to be coming up from the unconscious that you may not even be aware of that's driving you. And all of this has to go out in the cosmic trash bin. So it's a deep time of purification, right? Self-improvement, purification, becoming more and more pure within your own beingness, right? Sloughing away everything that's not you, that's false, that's holding you back. This year is also about looking at places where you feel victimized, where you feel powerless in your life. And each one of us has an area where we do feel victimized, right? We can feel victimized by our bodies, we can feel victimized by our financial situation, by this material world, by our mind. There's 1,000,001 places where we can feel victimized. And this is the illusion created by the Maya that we've bought into. So all these weeds are coming up to be pulled out this year. All the places where you feel inadequate, where you feel inferior, that somebody else is superior to you, you're inferior to them, where you don't feel good enough, right? All this is coming up to be cleared. So the gift of this year is that you're going to have this blessing with the gift of discernment and being able to discern who and what is good for you in this lifetime. You know, just reflect on where you want to be in the future, and does this habit, does this person, does this belief system, does this job, whatever it is, does it really fit? Is it in alignment? Is the frequency in alignment with this person that I'm becoming? So it's about keeping that and throwing the rest away. So the number one emotion that's surfacing from the collective unconscious of humanity this year is shame. And the best way to uncover this feeling of shame deep within the unconscious is to confront your shadow. Okay? So the shadow is part of your personality that you've judged, that you've denied, that you've repressed, that you've buried within the ground of your being. It's deep hidden in your psyche. Except it's not dead. It's very, very much alive. And religious conditioning has taught us as a humanity to fight our shadow, to deny our shadow, to resist our shadow. And we know how much that has not worked by all the sex scandals and spiritual teachers sleeping with their students or hoarding more money than they need in this lifetime. Those sorts of stories. Those are shadow stories. So most people aren't aware of their shadow until it starts causing problems in their life. And the problems really are around our relationships. So this is when you're feeling judgmental. You can't stop your mind from judging that other person. You're incredibly negative towards that other person. You see them as so wrong in what they're doing in their behavior. Right? You're arguing with people. You're in conflict with people. These are all signs that the shadow is playing you. And the shadow can make you lose your job. Your shadow can make you lose your finances. Your shadow can make you lose your health. It's that powerful. But it's only powerful because we deny it. So the shadow is very much connected to our animal nature. And remember that we're one part animal, one part human, and one part angel. And people on the spiritual path, they want to be in the angel. They don't want anything to do with the other two. They want to be on the magical sled being pulled by the unicorns. right, with their feet barely touching the ground. And you may have experienced this already. The higher you go, there's this thing that drags you down, and that's called your shadow. Your shadow is a messenger. It's a messenger that you're out of balance. That's one of the purposes of the shadow. If you look at your mind as a house, you got the main level, and that's your conscious mind, and those are the thoughts that you're already aware of. Then you've got your subconscious mind, that's the basement, and that's your dream world, that's the automatic habits that you have in your subconscious. And then you've got the root cellar. Okay, so that goes deep, deep, deep under the ground. And that's your unconscious. And nobody wants to pull that root cellar up. Except if you don't do it, somebody in your life will. Okay? Because the Aquarian Age is about making the unconscious conscious. So it no longer drives us as a humanity. And no one really wants to look at their shadow because it comes with shame. It's like your grandmother's clothes, right? Your old grandmother's clothes in the closet, they come with a smell. And the smell is mothballs. So too, the shadow comes with a smell, and the smell is shame. And it's not a pleasant emotion to experience, this shame. As a human, we don't want to feel this, so what the mind does is it projects it onto another person, and it does this automatically. And it's like you've got this, unconsciously, you've got this bag of garbage and you don't want to deal with it, so you give it to another. Here, you deal with this bag of garbage. So if you're on the other side of it and you don't know yourself, you will take on the projection, that projection of somebody else's shadow. So there's a sutra in the Aquarian Age, recognize the other person as you. Another way to phrase that is stop projecting your shadows onto other people. Right? You've got this bag of garbage that you have to deal with yourself. So it's not all doom and gloom, the shadow. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel humiliated. I don't want to feel that shame. I feel so bad about myself already. Don't go to that space, because that is another space that you can enter this year, is becoming overly critical of yourself, right, and of other people. There's a gift, there's a divine gift in the shadow. This is a dense, dense energy of darkness, right, that is to be transmuted by you. And with that is a diamond, right? And this is your divine gift that you share with others in this lifetime. Okay, here's a practical example. You may be attracting men into your life that are lying to you, that are dishonest with you, that are keeping secrets from you. You find out later in the relationship that they have a girlfriend, or they're married, or they're completely emotionally unavailable. And they tell you things like, well, you never asked, right? Those are little ego games. So enough about this person, focus on this person. Bring the focus back to yourself. Where am I being dishonest in my life? Where am I keeping secrets? Where am I lying by omission, right? Do you see how this works? Because if you don't do this work, you can be locked into a shadow pattern for years and years and years. And your mind is just going to be blaming it on the other person. So this year is really about making the effort every single day to become that person that you want to be. And you will know exactly what you need to be doing in your life this year. And all that effort's going to pay off in the end. So if you're interested in going deeper into this work with shadow, please join me and others and come into the shadow cave, your unique shadow cave, in mining your unique shadows so those diamonds can start to release for you. And these diamonds are your divine gifts that you've come in to this world with. Okay, so shadow mining level 1. Which starts soon. So go to my website, catalystyogi.com, for more information. And now here's a meditation to get you started. It's a powerful Kundalini Yoga meditation. So click the link above or go to the information box and click that link for the meditation. And please share this video and leave your comments. I really enjoy reading your comments. And please also, if you have any questions, burning questions that I can use as content for video, please send them to me. And you can contact me through my website. Okay, Sat Nam.